What's going on, Investomaniacs? Your boy Night Rider here, and I'm back in the studio. Oh, yeah. I got some energy, if you couldn't tell, but of course, it's always easier to have energy when you've made $20,000 in the past 2 days. Not that that should sound that impressive, because we all know, if you watch my videos, I lost $38,000 the week before that in my previous trade. So I'm still net down $18,000 between my last 2 trades and in about like the past 8 trading days. But I did go from being down about $21-ish thousand to now being down only about $1,000 since my portfolio value close of February 21st, which is when I personally consider to be the last normal trading day before the coronavirus down draw in the market hit. So, losing the 38K sucked, but what was more mentally taxing for me was the fact that I went from being positive throughout all this coronavirus mishmash to being negative, because I worked so hard to try to watch my risk management and adapt my trading and actually turn a profit from February 21st to market bottom on March 23rd. I turned a profit, and I gave it all up with my last trade. And I don't think that the trade itself was necessarily a bad trade. It was that the risk management wasn't there. It was way too large of a trade. So it really sucked to go from working so hard and actually turning a profit in this huge crash to now I'm 22K in the hole. But I did make about 20K in the past 2 days, so that at least brought me back up to about even since the coronavirus crash. So that has got me in a little bit better of a mood. Let's hope I don't turn around and give it all up the next day. But here's the first 2 days of data. Again, this is my first semi-hedge I've ever made. I call it a semi-hedge because they're not super correlated assets, so it's not like I'm going long Chevron and short oil. No, I'm just going I'm long Amazon and I'm short like Macy's. They're not super, correlated things. It's just that I'm taking out some of the overall market direction. So the S&P 500 from the close of the 13th to the close of the 15th, 2 trading days, was positive 0.7%. My portfolio started at 299 and change and ended at 320 and change, and that was plus 7%. But do remember, I am using 91% margin, and so my actual return, if I wasn't using margin, would have been 3.75% or something like that. I know using 91% margin sounds quite dangerous, but just do remember I am 50-50 long short, so I don't actually believe it's as dangerous as it appears. Now, I do think that it is still too much margin. So if we look here, this is, let me see if I can make it so you can see this a little bit better. No, I guess not. So if you're using 100% margin, remember I'm using 91, you can receive, it says 38, but it's just round. I think it's 37.5%. You can see a 37.5% down draw. I do believe, since I'm not using particularly correlated securities, that a 37.5% down draw is still possible, because you can have certain sectors that are going up and certain sectors that are going down, and I can have both my longs and shorts go against me at the same time. And I know for sure that there are certain days where I wasn't in this type of a position, but I do know that there were periods over the past month where I would have had my longs going against me and my shorts going against me at the same time. Not necessarily to the extent of 37.5%, but it would have happened. So I do think I'm probably going to want to reduce from 91%, perhaps maybe down to around 75%. I think that 46% max down draw would be a little bit more where I'm looking, and maybe a little bit more appropriate from a risk management standpoint. I may go down further after that, but at least for the time being, target at some point in the somewhat near future, I'm maybe looking to get down to roughly that 75-ish% margin, as opposed to the 91% I'm using right now. Okay, so my total profit over the past 2 days was $20,866. I saw approximately $14,856 in profit on the long side and $6,010 profit on the short side. So that makes me really happy. I made money on both the long and the short side, and that's exactly what I was hoping would happen. And I'm so happy that at least with these 2 days of initial data that I have, it's positive. Obviously, it's only 2 days, and I'm not, making any big proclamations over it, but I'm just happy that the first 2 days of data is coming back positive, and I'll report back to you as I get more days. And that's where I am right now. Hope you guys are having a good one.